Hey, how's it going? I'm Sarah, and I put out YouTube vlogs once every 2 years. No, just kidding. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've done a training vlog, and well, welcome back. Can you see the kitties? I'm very grateful for my platform, but I don't want to misuse it. And sometimes that means knowing when to take a break. I needed to step away and take a close look at myself. And so I've taken this time to do a lot of inner and outer landscaping. That sounded so wrong. Not that kind of outer landscaping. This is better lighting. So I want to kick things off with a training vlog. It's a voiceover, that is a skill to hone because there's only so much footage and you either have to talk really fast to get it on or talk really slowly. So what's new? Well, when it comes to training, my focus is still tackling my weaknesses. My priority is moving without pain. So a lot of emphasis is placed on the body's primary stabilizer. Do you know what that is? Do you? Well, you'll have to watch the vlog to find out. I'm not going to tell you. Subscribe. I also changed my mindset. I think that the mindset is ultimately what's going to determine the success of what it is that you are doing. How you show up in your training is truly a mirror for how you show up in everything else you're doing in your life. So I think training is a really wonderful opportunity to help you become a challenge tackling machine in life. So these are just some excerpts from my training from the other night, and I explained to you what's going on physically and mentally. So I hope you like it. Bottom up Dimmel deadlifts. I'm using the 100-pound sandbag, and I like this for waking up my transverse abs and my lats. I don't just jump into the pull-ups. I do scapular stabilization exercises first, just to make sure I'm properly controlling my shoulder blades. Then I can go ahead and strengthen them. And you can see I strengthen them through full range of motion. So here I'm doing external torque. So the T-spine is extending and the shoulder blades are retracted and depressed. You never see the shoulders come up towards the ears. You'll notice I'm not swinging wildly, I'm very controlled, and that's because my core is engaged. I engage it by squeezing my legs together. This turns on my pelvic floor, which in turn turns on my transverse abs. That's the body's primary stabilizer. This is internal torque at the shoulders, so it's shoulder blade protraction, and notice my elbows don't flare out. L-sits, the cure to life. This is the best way to dig into your transverse abs and strengthen the daylights out of them. It's a very advanced exercise, so I do show scaled versions in the Strength Academy. L-sit drums. These look innocuous, but oh boy, I can assure you they are not. This is such a great exercise for blasting your core in the sense that we're getting the transverse abs, the primary stabilizer, plus other secondary muscles such as the hip flexors and the lats. And the lats have a stabilizing role when you are pressing. Hip flexor triangles. Notice I threw on ankle weights to make it spicier. So when you're first learning this, you may notice your quads cramp, and that's a sign that your hip flexors are weak, which is a sign that you need to do this exercise. This targets the hip flexor of the leg that's on the ball in its stabilizing role. And my left side's not as strong, so I've been giving it some extra love. Slow motion pistols. I use this to assess my progress with my training because on the right side I couldn't do it before unless I cheated with momentum or using the wrong muscles, and that would hurt. But now I can do it super slow on the right side eccentrically, which is a sign I'm moving in the right direction. I use the front splits to open up my hamstrings before I do things like forward folds. So the hanging hamstring hold is actually to open up the QL. And that's necessary for this, which is abs compression. Your abs compression is contingent on your overall TVA strength, your hip flexor strength, and your QL mobility. Why do I train like this consistently? It's because I don't want to be in pain. It sucks to be in pain. 3 years ago, I was in horrible pain, and I wanted to take full responsibility for causing that situation. And I love myself enough to take the action that is necessary, even if it's hard, in order to overcome. So that's why I consistently show up. It's an act of self-love. I never would have thought in a million years I would be able to achieve any of these skills. 3 years ago, I couldn't even bend over and touch my toes. So this has been an amazing bonus prize. But the best bonus prize of all is the person that I have become along the way. I have become a challenge tackling machine. Right now, I'm trying to learn the press handstand because it is the ultimate test of a balanced body. So what advice could I give? It's not just what you do or how you do it, but it's also how you think about yourself when you're doing it. Because you can think in a way that will feed your limitations, or you can think in a way that will help you overcome them. So choose wisely. Along the way on this journey to my authentic self, is that what we call it these days? Is that the hip and trendy lingo? I realized grow a pair of balls, dye your hair red, become a pole dancer, and completely redo your Strength Academy. Redoing the Strength Academy was me believing in myself, realizing that I am good enough. I think that most of us suffer from not good enough-itis, and that's what truly needs to be triaged. The Strength Academy is how I train. It's how I overcame all of my limitations. And I'm not just talking about the physical limitations. I'm talking about the mental limitations. And now I realize all of these things didn't happen to me. They happened for me. All of these struggles became my greatest power. I want to thank my members for believing in me and for giving me the opportunity to do what I love every single week. I want you to know that new members are welcome. So if you are truly interested in learning how to triage a disempowering mindset and how to strengthen your core and learn cool party tricks, I would love to help you. Here's my homework for you: to identify when you are choosing the role of victim, not only in your training, but in everything else you're doing throughout the day. This demands a lot of self-awareness, and it also means taking responsibility for our situations, realizing that we are responsible for creating them. It also means asking, where is this behavior even coming from? I mean, is it a learned behavior from a primary caregiver? Do you think maybe we choose the role of victim so that we don't have to actually blame ourselves and take a good look at ourselves? All I know is that we always have the choice, victim or victory, so we have to choose wisely. Let me know if you like the voiceover style. I can do more training vlogs like that if that toasts your bagel, creams your soda, finds your... So welcome to my evolution. I'm excited to always share it with you, and thank you for being here and for subscribing.